division and remainder and factor theorem. So you have done these both of the topics?
Yes.
Okay. So then can you tell me how you are going to solve this one? That's if you want to simplify this fraction by division.
I wanted to simplify that fraction. I would first start off by making 7x squared like what's it called? The quadratic equation.
No, it's not
I'd
quadratic
put that into
because
bracket.
yes, but this has a power 4. So it is not quadratic, but it's simple. Can you see x in the denominator?
Yes, I would put the
Okay.
top the numerator into brackets and then I would find the
Okay, you don't have to use the bracket. Let me explain it to you. Because you can see that all the numbers have a variable x involved, like this one also. All the numbers have x variable involved. So you can simplify this one by simply taking the common variable. Like this one has x, this has x, this has x. If you take the x common, then you can cut it with the x in the denominator, and that is simplified like this one.
Okay.
Like this. Simply cut the variables. And we don't write 1 in the denominator, so you are left with this equation. So that is a simple case. And how you are going to simplify this one? Because in the numerator, the second number don't have the x as a variable.
I would put the numerator into brackets.
There is a
Or no?
hint involved also.
You could, wouldn't it be like x open bracket
That will be, actually you have to
5x
split the fraction, because you have 5x square minus 6, and the 5 has the variable x, but 6 does not have the any variable. So it means that we can't do the previous method on this one. So first of all, you have to split the fraction. These are some just basic rules I'm trying to teach you, that whenever you see any question related to this, you can simplify it like this. So if you break it into these two fractions, because you have a denominator 2x for both of the terms, so you can split that denominator in both terms. Like that will be 5x squared by 2x and minus 6 by 2x. So after that, you already know that how to simplify this. So you can cut the x square with x, and you are left with 5x by 2. And simply we have 6 in the table of 2, you are left with minus 3 by x. So that is just a simple case. Okay, now moving on to the next one, that will be same like the previous one and the first one. So in this case, again, you are going to take a variable common from the top, because both of the term has the variable involved, and you can just simplify it with, or you can do the split method like we have done with the previous one. So minus 3x will be in the denominator, and you can simply cut the variables. Okay, now the important thing is that whenever a minus sign involved in the fractions, and in the denominator,
Isn't it keep change change?
yes, we will try to remove the minus sign from the denominator. We will always keep the minus sign in the numerator. So if you can cut that 3 with this, that 3 in the denominator and numerator, and you can cut the variables also like this, and then you can cut the variables here also. Okay, now we have minus sign in the denominator and we try to write it in the numerator. Okay, so that minus 3 and 3 will cut to each other, and the minus sign will goes in the numerator like this. If I show you on the board, for example, you have 5 by minus 2. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh, so I was saying that, did you get the idea about minus in the denominator?
Yeah, whenever it's like subtracting or adding, I can just split them up into half.
Yes, just remember that whenever you see the minus sign in the denominator, you always put it into the numerator like this. How you are going to do this? You will simply multiply with minus 1 in the numerator or and in the denominator, both with both of them. Okay, so these are the
So whenever there's a minus on
in the
the
denominator.
denominator, we
You, yes, you will always uh, write it down in the numerator, because that 5 by minus 2 is equals to minus 5 by 2. Why is that? For example,
okay.
5 by minus 2, if you multiply with minus 1 in the numerator and minus 1 in the denominator, that plus minus will be minus, and that minus minus will be plus. So it is actually equals. So that is a little thing you have to remember.
Okay, so we're just basically multiplying it by -1 to switch it
Yes,
up.
-1. Okay, that would be great. Okay, now we have split
All
it
right.
into the other fractions, and okay, now we are going to convert it.
One more
Yes,
wait, one more question. If we are subtracting and adding, we can just split up the top, right? And we just
yes.
split it. But if it's division and multiplication, can we do the same thing?
Yes, that is the actually case of division, because division is actually a fraction. Numerator is dividing denominator. So that will be same, no
So we can
problem.
always split it up.
Yes, we can split it up
Okay.
in the case of fraction or in the case of division. Okay, now that minus will goes into the numerator, and minus minus plus, that will be our answer simply after simplifying. Okay. Okay,
Mhm.
now that is another case if you have a multiplication and division involved, like you have asked me just right now. So there is a multiplication involved in the numerator, and we have a denominator dividing this one. So what you are going to do, you have to find the common terms to cancel out. So can you see the common term
Uh,
in this
I
case?
can't see your board.
You can,
I can't see your board.
okay, wait a minute. Can you see it?
Yeah, now I can. Thanks.
Okay, sorry. So
All good, all good.
Okay. Okay, now can you see the common terms in this case?
Yeah, we just cancel out the common.
2x
All right,
minus 1.
yes.
Yes. So that is actually a simple case. Like you have asked me, what if multiplication and division is involved? So multiplication is involved in the numerator, and that is and this term is dividing that numerator. So you can just simply cut them out, and you are left with the x plus 7. Okay, now we have another case. What if we have a number is dividing by a standard quadratic expression? That is a standard form of quadratic expression, x squared plus 7x plus 12. So what you are